drink from their skulls.
Break a leg. Let's kick the tire. Let's land this sucker. Down to attack height. Break a leg. Time to go back. Break a leg. Let's land this sucker. Let's land this sucker. Down to attack height. Break a leg. Heading home.
Hello, hey everybody, welcome to HunterBBQ's livestream, and today we're having a pod opening. You can see I have this site having a small world farm, so having some fun, and we seeing the other side having farms as well. So basically, it's less than hours going to open the pod. So you can see here I'm really having another battleground. Okay, so you can see that this is the ceremony. They try to having this area to set up the new system with me.
Don't have eyes.
Basically I already put some instruction here, but I think one of the R4 is changed the instructions and become chaos now. But it's more method because everyone enjoyed the war game and they like the actions and my game is frozen. Okay, so let's see what that I can use. I try to give proper instructions as well. Okay, let's put this one. So the strategy is very simple. You can see both sides trading their armies. That means they're trading their military funds and the reserve. But the main thing is we are not the side that having disadvantage. Actually, we are having an advantage because we already have a village connected to the fort. So the enemy side, they have to build a CC, and the most fastest CC is around the 25 people in the area. They still need about 30 to 45 minutes to build it. But by the time they try to build the CC, we already captured the fort. So there's no way they can steal the fort. So the best thing to do now is let them build the CC. When they build the CC, we're going to held the CC and hold them. So they have to siege our members down continuously. Then they only can do is try to trade off their troops with our base HP. The base HP usually take about 8 to 10 hours to be 100% generated back to the 100% HP. So it's 100% guarantee free of your base because it's free. The reserve is also free because you are generated back, but you have to purchase back. I mean, you have to train back your armies. You need the military funds. That is not very economic ideal. So the best thing is they can try to build the CC here. They might take hours to 2 hours to build it, but we are already having the fort. So another thing is that basically our alliance, I can show you, it's not anything secretly. You can see that our alliance, we're having a 50 million point, and the conquest we're having a 48.4 million points. So by the time of the fort opening, we already having a 50 million points maximums. So we can instantly build the whole area after the fort. So there's no ways anybody can try to steal anything inside the fort because we can build instantly. So the enemy, whatever places they try to build the CC, let's say whatever area it is, and that they still need about hours, maybe 45 minutes, but that's fine because once they're having the CC, we will just continue to build because anything inside the fort is 5 days later. So we can take about another 5 days to having funds to, let's say, run their territories or whatever, because we will be very firm to say that this Moscow is very stable now. Because if anything happening like big war or anything happening should be earlier, now it's about mid of the Moscow, so nothing to worry. So that's how we try to manage to ask our member to save their reserve, not to losing too many troops, because this is not the combat drill yet. If you are combat drill, you can use your military funds to trade off the points, so you might get some rewards. But now you are purely using your military funds to trade for fun that is not needed to waste your military, because we are on this battle honor events. So it's better to use your military funds or your resources for the events, so you're having a better rewards and better ranking. As long as you're having your base inside this area, there is no way they can build. Even though they try to, after the fort opening, they try to move their base inside to build, but their truck have to walk all the way. There's no way to protect their troops. So by the time the attack is not too late, we still have a lot of time. Even though they try to set up the CC inside the fort. They still need about 45 minutes to hours to make it done. But by the time we already responded, so I don't think now is the best time to go. We still have 2 hours before the fort openings. So everything is not so rushed. But they can even try to do something when we try to clear the ravens. They can try to attack us or do some damage. But of course, we can try not to attack the ravens and let the fort hang there. So we can clear the enemy first, so no one ever can steal the fort, so that's a safe idea. But you see, some of the members, they just too excited for this more war or that. They saw there's opportunity to stage down the enemy base, and they try to go for it. But for me, I will just take it easy. I let my base sit there and see whether the enemy want to touch my base or not. Because we have time, they are the ones need to have a lot of work. But I think everybody just enjoyed the war by now. So this side, I think we're having a lot of interviews. So let's look at the other side and just take a look what's the situations. So NRD, they try to build a CC here. 100% is just a decoy because we're already holding them about 2 to 3 hours. No action is at all. So it means that they just do some decoys to try to make us panic to ask more people to go there, but actually not going to fall down to that trap. PH, they still locking down this area. Yep. At least we try not to burn down their CC, so there are people trying to protect that CC. And so the TFG, they having some funds because they request us to give them some fun instead of all the ones locked out on this small corner. So finally PH do the favor, they break out somehow and we let them build there, and PH having the slow time to put over and not trying to burn them. So they're having fun there, just try to gain some points. So from the top side, actually this area is from the NRD, is it the names? Yeah, so NRD was there. They stand there about 2 days after the CCR diadems. They try to build a decoy here, nothing much. 7 and A and others alliance, they still having there are 80% members in Moscow in this small corner. So besides that, they having maybe 5 to 10% members actually fighting in this Moscow. I think most of them is enjoying the farm in this Moscow. Maybe you can see all of the members still in this corner, not doing a lot of things. Some of us got staged out by them, but nothing seriously. They still having this line crossover, not going to do a lot of things. So just check the battle record that I just played just now. So I killed about 1,000. I should have killed more like 4,000 to 5,000 just now, but I deleted the battle records. But I also die about 1,000 reserve as well. But this battle trade-off, so it's okay. So this guy, not sure where he want to go. It's not a big deal because on troops, it's not a threat at all. So basically, we are just waiting for the enemy side to attack us, to give us some point instead of retreating our reserve together. But this side I think already clear out because everybody just too excited there is actions. So all the XYT try to jump in even though they know they're going to have unfair trade or fair trade whatsoever. For the reserve and military funds, they doesn't really care. They just want to have some actions and some real war in the battlefields. That's how I try to not stream too earlier because I know the action is going to be end so fast. Even though I fight on the other side, on and off, not much actions, so nothing much to stream. But I just figured out that the the fort going to be open, and this 798 attempt to build something, try to have action. So let's do a live stream now instead of no activity at all of all the forts. So after this, we will just try to look at the fort and give us some rewards, and let's see how is it going. So some of you asking about the events, about when should you skip the events, or what is the best event that you should look for it and try to pop 1, 2, 3 or something like that. So I will show you the current battle honor events. So this is first conquest event in this Moscow. So you can see the ranking is quite crazy. Just second day only. So basically you can see my point is minimum. So why did I say it's minimum is because I won the first day the collections. So you can see the first day collection I won it on first. So the second day is the building, so I try to hit the minimum reward of this 2.5k, but I having the unlock of the research, so I got double points. So everything on here I get double, so I got double gold officer statue and 5k gold. So I try to do this minimum, and I also having some points, but I'm not going to exceed more than the point that needed to finish the second. The reason I try to avoid this week and try to do the next second week on this Moscow event is because everybody before the Moscow start, they're really saving a lot of their reserve. I mean their resources, whatsoever resources they have, they try to throw in now. You can see some of the guys on this 30 over millions, he even can up to 56 million power by now. And this XYT member, Jackie Wang, he also tries to throw a lot of points. So I just figured out that I'm not going to compete with them, because in the end you are just overspend all your resources, just not going to win, because everybody just overspend by this week. But since everybody try to overspend this week, so the next second week I might have a better chance to win. So this week I try to I think top 1 to 3 is not the things that I'm going to achieve. I try to achieve maybe this 21 to 50, but if not going to get this one, even though I somehow drop in this 100 or 100 over, I just let it be, because whose statue is not very attractive at all. So I try to do a natural events by this week. Each of the day I just try to hit the maximum rewards, the 5k rewards. After that I just stop there. Doesn't want to waste any resources anymore. But the second Moscow battle honor event I will throw there, having a better times to win. So because previously I already won about 2 battle honor events continuously 2 times. So there is about 200 gold statue that I already reserved. So it's okay to skip 1 or 2 events. That's why I try to skip this week, not going to having 3 weeks continuously to do the events. My resources can support that as well. But mostly everyone know that this week everybody will going to be overspent for this Moscow. If you having some problems, I mean your resources is not a lot, then maybe you can try to cut off now, not going to waste a lot of your resources. So somehow somebody just decided to attack my base, so let's see how it's going to do. Basically I just have to throw out my super heavy to attack. So I just have to attack. Yeah, so the most important thing is kill their artillery that going to stage you. But even though they get my base down, it's okay. As long as I'm online, I can just relocate out as soon as possible. So it's not a major loss. Even though the game is super lagging, but it's okay. You can see that I just lost about one group. So here I lost about one reserve. So it's 26. I lost about that. But let's wait for this battle reports and see how's the trade going on. So you can see it's about 1 to 8. Even though I didn't do a lot of things, I just moved my super heavy out. So it's quite a good trade. I will say that because by the time that my base is going to be 100% again, let's see, yeah, about 8 hours. So it's about 1 airlift times. I will be back 100%. I can jump in again, so no big deal for that. Even though I can jump back now, even though they try to push. So let's do the best thing I always do: collect resources first and check the situations.
How'd you turn military funds out of a damn farm? And make bricks without straw. Get moving. Make yourself useful.
So I don't think there is any activities. They just alright, there is some activity. They finally figure out that they should push out. So let them push about 2 base because they're just still too near to their territories. If I jump in now, I can't do much because my base is on low. So if they push another, let's say they push this guy here, after that they have to consider on this guy or left side. So I can somehow jump on this side and I can do major damage to them. Yeah, that's the best thing I should do. But let's see whether they try to kill this guy or not. Since I actually having a maximum airlift, by the way, because I used one to jump in here to support the wall just now. But no, another 5 hours I will having another airlift again, so not big deals. Trading some point is good for Moscow, but our Moscow point is just too far away. You can see that currently my ranking is about 78. I was 100 over, so I jump in and jump out, so gain some points as well. So they try to siege down this guy. I think this guy is 100% offline, so his troop will be dead. But at least he just one cycle of the troops, not losing a lot. So I will just suggest anyone that is not online, try not to stay on this war area. You should move it back. So if you are online, you can stay on this war areas. So anybody can try to siege you. You trade off their troops, then you instantly relocate, so not losing too much. Because XYT, I mean our alliance is having a lot of very active member, so we do not need the offline to stay here and having the sacrifice. Even though I put the tech here, army back here, just to make sure that the 7NA they having more room to push out. So when they push out, we can finally find something to play. Actually, I can try to help this guy by now, but I worry that I'm just too. Yes, actually, officer damage is your main damage. So all of your troop basically damage is very low. Once the officer skill is charged, that is your main ultimate skill to one off people. But if you are using light tank or medium tank, then your tank damage is supposed to be higher than your skill damage, because that is how the tank doings. Besides that, skill damage is not very constant, so you should try to avoid them. Basically, I can jump in now to save this guy, but I'm not very confident because yeah, because he's dropped a little bit too fast now, and there is not a lot of support. So if I jump in now, I will just get killed instantly again. So basically, let them push a little bit further. Actually, just now I can jump, but I missed the opportunity. So as long as the miss, so you don't really try to do it because you know that you really know the opportunity is really gone. But besides that, everything is still good because everything is really lost. So let's look at the other side. Right, so basically that's mean we clear out all the enemies on this side and everybody back to farming mode because everybody just use the lilith and overkill again on the side and no more enemy to be this side and nothing to place. That's why I suggest everybody just stay their base here and blocking the PC is much more better to play. Because if the enemy got staged down, they have no option, they have to relocate. But if the enemy is here, they try to build the CC, they have to continuously to buy back their reserve, continuously to train back their troops. That means they will try to sacrifice about maybe 5k or 4k of their reserve just to support their CC. But now you kill them, so you just only get one round of their 2 troops, and that's the point that you can gain. Nothing more, because all the enemies are already gone. That's why I always support to let the enemy build the CC. Once they build the CC, so all the enemy were thinking that is super important things to do. So they will call off all the people to come and fight in this fight area. But now we clear them, so they no longer see this is the war area. They should come. They might try to work on the other side. So we might have to waste our lilith again to the other side. So in the end, we might off lilith and can support the multiple attacks area. That's why I try to let the enemy stay on one side instead of letting them die. Then they can work on the other fort against, and we might not be there in time. But besides that, everybody enjoy the fun, and killing the enemies is always the fun, but sometimes we have to think about our strategy as well. Letting the enemy moving forwards is not because we are going to lose or something like now. Yeah, you see that one of the guys jump on the windows. You know that it's a good timing to jump in. But the bad problem is that he can't set up his command center. So he can't set up the base. Now he becomes the food that let anybody eat on the table. I mean, all he can do now is add it to another area or just stand there and let the enemy kill his truck. Nothing much we can do. If I go in, I might having the same situation, so it's better not to do the same. So you choose to lilith again. That is about 2 lilith wasted. And I saw him on the other side of wall, so he used about 3 lilith by now. So after he trained back all his troops, he have to jump back to here again. So that's 4 lilith, then he's done. If the enemy try to attack us another locations later on in the openings, so he's out of the battlefield. So sometimes you try to support your teammate is correct, but you also have to be very careful about what you should do at the very important moments when the important things is the fort is opening now. Let's say the fort, the arms factories or the towns openings, that is the most important object. This is not the village that you should worry about. Then try not to waste all your resources to here, because winning the object in this game is the key. It's not about killing a person's base or having push at the same time is not key to win, because in the end we having the 3 points to build all the village that we want, but all the villages just give you nothing, just a farm area. But all the ribbon town is the main object, the fort, the arm factories, black house, this is all the main object. So beside that, this is nothing much. You can do another things that has your main target is the fighting machines. So you can see if you are top ones, you can get about 60 statue, but you also sacrifice a lot of times for these 40 days in Moscow. So you also waste a lot of military funds. Besides that, you gain about 400 hours back for the rush and 30 coupons. I'm not really sure that's worth it or not, but this is individual rewards. It's not for your whole alliance. So one guy you get that, but other guy might not get. But however, you have to consume a lot of time, because you can see the war timer. You still have another 27 days to continuously just stand on top one. So maybe after left 20 days, someone's already catching up. Maybe left another 10 days. So everybody having almost the same competitions. So it's going to be very hard to support that. But besides that, there's nothing much to do in this Moscow. I try to do the airlift jump and let them kill me one more time, so I can finally go to the fort there to build a fort and build the villages, because we need to expand anything inside the fort after that. So this guy is on low. Let's kill him. And here I saw another guy. I think I know this guy. Let's kill this guy first since he's on super low. And let's move 5 troops. I mean, actually, since I moved 3 of them, I give them a squad. Yeah. So it's more easier to control the groups. So since they doesn't have a defense system inside, I can basically change this idea of true and put the banner here. 1 second. So Guardian of Truth basically give the super heavy more damages, but the spinner still give him a heal. So the base have no way to kill my super heavy. Then I can take this guy. It's just 20 million powers. Super easy to take, even though he's have a full force. Not worry. So this 7NA 35 million point, but taking him down make me feel great. Maybe I think he having 3% HP or maybe less. So you can see healing doesn't give me advantage. That's why I changed to Guardian of Truth. It gives me an additional damage to the base, so I can finish the job quicker, and I can take on the other base, and I can jump to the side that support the wall just now. You can see that my officer actually is Cantonese plus this war machines. It's not Emperor, because just now in the defensive mode. That's why I try to use this setup instead of the siege setup. So basically, when I do the combat build, or just do Cantonese and Emperor. Besides that, normally I just having this setup for now. So let's look at what opening time. Still 58 minutes. So about hours. We can go there. No need to do so earlier, because still need time to clear the ribbons. So after clear the ribbons, we can start to capture it. So you can see that some of the XYT already jump back to the war zones and clear off just now the enemy swarm. That's why sometimes you try to jump, but your teammate also try to jump, so it's not at exactly the same time, because we might hit each other during the base deploy. Besides that, I try to play very carefully. You can see all the enemy try to retreat. So once they retreat, you no longer can chase them over the territories, because the enemy base is active. It will be very hard to kill them. So I let them try to go further deeper to our territories. Like this guy, I think he somehow lost and get too deep and can take him down, no problem at all. They're going playing this merry-go-round. You can see they're still going round and round. So I think he's continuously chasing this rocket, and I think his play very nice to avoid and outrun just now the enemy. And this guy having this Air Force, I think he's lost in the sky because the base is shooting him, and this guy having 1.2 million power, so no ways that can win him. Should try to retreat, even though he saved 1 or 2 reserve, he's still saving. Like this guy, he know that he's going to lose, and he saved it back. It's better than you just let your Air Force die there, you know. So let's take out this guy.
Are they done? Any more shells?
Right, so I done my things, but the battlefield is no longer needed to support. So I have 2 options now. So option 1 is just wait for the fort to open, or maybe I can jump any fort that I can support, because we need someone to clear the ruins. But you can see each of the fort already have teams, so anyone that is enough to clear the fort, so not really needed me. But I can see my side is too far. From my area walk to this or that area about 25 minutes maybe. I'll rather just use an alley to go there. But if I use an alley to go to the fort now, then I have to support the war zone there, I have to jump here. Then I have to support the fort again, then I have to jump there. That's why the best is wait on the area that I'm standing now. If the wall that need me, I will jump to the wall. If I die, then I jump to the fort. Is a safe one alley. If not, from this wall I jump to the fort as well. I still save 1 alley. That's why I try not to jump too earlier. Wait for a little bit while. I can see the wall is really settled down, so I think the enemy side decide not to push. The reason they not going to push and the differences before they try to push is because the second team of them try to gathering on the top side just now, try to build a CC. That's why this main area they try to push out and try to give some support, because once they push out, whatever that our side having an online members, we might try to jump in here instead of going there. That's going to misdirection us, to come here to war and support the village. So the other team, they can set up a CC there, but we somehow split 2 teams and settle down 2 places. That's how the action is going to be stopped by now. Nothing much to do. We might have to watch this 2 sides shooting each other at the borders about 50 minutes. Nothing much to do beside that, because I just wait for the fort opens, capture the fort, and try to make builder works built to the arm factories and the back house. Other than that, nothing much to do. The other things to do is on these weekends, combat drills, the Q events. That's the another things that we try to do. That's why now killing is not a main object, because now you only gain the master point for this fighting machine points. Instead, you do it on the weekends. You having both points, the fighting machine points and the combat drill points, and also your battle honor events point. So some of you might not aware that actually your combat drill points will directly accumulated to your battle honor event point as well. So you can see battle honor events, we having this combat drill after the day 7. So the whole combat drill point will accumulated 100% to your ranking point. So if you have 30 million competitive points, you will add up 30 million here. So let's say someone's already have 57 million point on this building point Tuesday, but if you can make it maybe 60 million competitive point, you are having even more point than a day they can gain. That's why competitive is very important at some point, because 2 days you can do the points collecting, but it's very hard to even try to get 10 million points if there is no war. But if there is war continuously, very easily to gain about 30 million points up to maybe 50 million. But if you're not going to plan to win the battle honor events, then you do not need to win that point, because competitive is up to 28.8 billion points is getting all the rewards, then you can stop at that point. But if you want to push your battle honor events, you can try to push the point, so you will penalty to your battle honor events as well. You can see now nothing much seriously. Just both sides try to play around at the borders, trading their reserve for no reason, because nobody going to take anybody's territories. So you kill your reserve, I kill your reserve, and we just trade for the points. But if longer doing this, you might see that your military funds going down very quickly.
I don't like to talk crap. As I said, shells don't have eyes.
So just check the situations, and I found that it's not really needed me. So I just decide to clear this spot and try to build them and support. Another reason is try to get these territories resources and gain some alliance coin. This one too low.
You can't make bricks without straw. Glorious steel, tempered to perfection. Feast your eyes on that treasure trove.
Really not many choice by these resources. I agree that he not going to the same one with me. Because if we go to the same one, he get that, I will get the difference. I think not going to take this, is it? Or he's going to take this? Or he turn around. So that I can save for my truck to get the resources, and what in this questions percent having a bit of 4 minutes. Usually I will just level the area and put the connections on the maximum. Just complete. Usually the concrete is the one that consumes a lot of times. 2% reduces a lot, and you can see that it lasts 3 days and 6 hours. So up to maybe Fridays, I will just do another review again, because Fridays also is productions, and Friday can directly until Tuesday. But of course you need to have hundreds of kills for that. If not, then you have to continuously collect and take the protections. That means if you're having this time, of course you try to maximize your collections with additional 2% for the battleground events. Other than that, you just try to do the events. So the ribbon, the ribbons is very easy to stage down as long as super heavy, but I'm not going to use this setup. I have to change the setup. Use a spanner and Angel of Light. So you can see my Angel of Light recently I try to make her maximize, but I didn't do that because I use all my statue on another officer, but somehow I make her second skill level 5, and the first skill is level 4, and the fourth skill is level 2, so that is need a long time to max her. It's not anything that I can do by now, because I was trying to do prudence. That's why you can see the last skill is last will be done, but I just abandoned her by now. Because the game they nerfed the Air Frost that I'm working on, the red one, the red armor. So some point that it is better or whatever. But I'm really working out this red armor. So at some point I have to finish it, because I just have 2 red armor, and I can make this 7.2 star, just 7.5 star. But unfortunately that I waste a lot of the statue for this student. Instead I can come on Angel of Light. You might be maxed by now. Another things that I'm aware is this guy used to be the top of the Highlands, something like that. Now he changed name. That either I'm not sure what's the reason, and no one really told him in the page note that saying officer could choose name, this and that, because officer very often choose name. And no one talk about him.
Take your position.
Actually,
Hi, will you give me a ride?
Bring on. Use your hand.
this guy used to be called Jack something, and now he is exactly the name spanning because of that. If anybody of you aware a lot of officers, they used to be having tuning, now they money.
I don't
Is the thing that money is important for the name.
glide.
So it's nothing much I can do because instead of that then in the second CC, then we can have some fun here. That's not going to happen. And this side they used to be pushed very hard because they try to make some contact, and then the second team of enemy they can try to build CC and the goal, but since that plan is destroyed, that's why they try to create nothing else. That's how the situation now. No one tried to do anything at all. Because at some point, nothing much they can do. So I think there is the only options. That's how I try to think now. Because of nothing much to do. Let's AFK and wait for about 38 minutes, and fort win, and let's everybody try to capture that fort. So I think it's very simple to make it done. Hopefully you are master and you get minutes and as well. So let's put the AFK now.
There must be some problem in our social system. Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us.
What's up? Don't push me. I am working on it. I am busy. I hear it.
Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us.
to talk crap. As I said, shells don't have eyes. Questions remain.
Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander,
working on it.
our garrison will defend us.
crap. Don't have eyes.
Do you like my latest son?
Don't touch me! Trust them! You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. This is only an appetizer. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. We got you. I hear it.
Commander, our garrison will defend us.
They fulfill. Trust them.
Commander, our garrison will defend us. Commander, our garrison will defend us.
Damn mosquito. don't like to talk crap. As I said, shells don't have eyes. I don't like to talk crap. As I said, shells don't have eyes.
I fly.
So
Sharon Pet, touch me, boy.
healing by faith.
I don't like to talk crap. As I said, shells don't have eyes.